Hi, everybody. It's Sunday evening. It's time for Regional Weather Live. Thank you so much for joining me here on this wonderful end to the weekend. My goodness, beautiful weather, right? Chilly mornings. My goodness, cold mornings last week. We had them over the weekend as well, but it just feels like fall finally, and it's starting to look like fall, obviously, outside. We've gotten rid of the droughts. We're starting to turn towards what looks to be an active month of November. November is the month that winter really starts to show up in spots where we get longer and longer tastes of colder air. We can have nice Thanksgivings around here, end of the month. We can have snowy Thanksgivings as well. We've also have ice that enters the picture in the month of November. So a lot coming our way. We'll dive into the first 2 weeks of November, what we think is going to happen, at least in terms of the pattern. And we'll get you out the door tomorrow morning and the rest of the work week as well. We'll focus a little bit more on the near term. Hope you guys are doing okay here this evening. We'll get to our early birds. We'll let a few more people join. We'll get through our sponsors, and we will zip through this show with hopefully some good information for you here as you can plan out your week weather-wise. All right, let's start with Kate Cusack for Ruoff Mortgage. Guys, if you need a local lender for all your mortgage needs, Kate is the person to choose. She says that the process for mortgage, getting a mortgage, whether it be new house or maybe you're refinancing, it doesn't need to haunt you. It really doesn't. She has all the answers to your questions this Halloween. She knows that home buying process can seem scary. She's got you covered, though, with financing options for all budgets. If you think you can't afford a new home, think twice. Let her check for you because she can do some magic on that. No tricks, just treats. Just contact her today for a pre-approval or to find out about those refinancing options for all your needs. Get you in your dream home today. Let's do it. Kate Cusack, Home Loan Girl on Facebook, or send her a message there or call her at 219-775-6645. Halcyon Water Solutions. Water's pretty important, right? Especially coming out of your faucets in your house. You may not know what's coming out of your faucets in terms of what's in your water. And that's something important because you're drinking a lot of that stuff and you're using it for everything. Let Halcyon take care of your water treatment, all right? Whether that be water softening, filtration, salt delivery, maintenance, they'll do everything, all right? They've got all your water needs covered. Call them at 866-97-WATER to schedule your free in-home water analysis today. They'll test your water and let you know what's in it. You may have great water, and they'll say that's great. But if you need anything treated, let them be the ones to do that for you. Earl's Heating and Air Conditioning, boy, it's going to be busy season for them. If you need a new tune-up for your furnace, maybe you need filters replaced, maybe you need a new furnace. They have some great deals right now on furnace AC packages. You think an AC, that's not something you get this time of year, but you can get some really good deals on that for next summer as well. Especially if you bundle them together. They've been serving Northwest Indiana since 1976. That tells you they've got some longevity and they must be doing something right. They focus on your indoor atmosphere, obviously. Most trusted heating company in Cherville. Go to earlsheating.com to get them on the schedule today. They are booking up fast, so make sure you do that tomorrow morning. Roman's Roofing, the place to go for all your roofing needs. They don't stop there. They make sure your home is wrapped tight for the winter season. They do gutters, siding, windows, all that stuff. They will just take care of any problem that you have, whether it be a roof leak, whether you need a new roof, maybe you had some damage from a storm earlier this summer, although it seems like it's been forever since it stormed around here. They'll take care of it. All estimates and inspections are completely free. Get them out to give you a quote. Go to romansroofing.net or give them a call at 219-838-9111. Speaking of storm damage, which we haven't had recently, but we have had some gusty winds. If you have any trees that you need to take care of, maybe a tree fell over the summer, maybe you have some branches down that wreck something, whatever it happens to be, let T&T Tree Service clean that up for you. They're local to Valparaiso, family-owned business. They specialize in dangerous removals, like really tough to get to trees. They'll do the easy ones too, but they can do the tough stuff using modern equipment. They value safety, integrity, professionalism over at T&T Tree Service. We get some big wind makers next couple months. So again, call them at 219-300-6256 or visit them at TT Tree Service. That's 3 T's. They've been serving Northwest Indiana with excellence, and they'll serve you with that as well. When first impressions mean everything, make your home the envy of the neighborhood with expertly placed outdoor lighting from Great Lakes Lighting. Not only will they accent your home's architecture and landscaping, but it enhances safety and security as well. Lights are everything, especially as we go into the months of darkness here next couple weeks. They can get everything wired, timed. They know how to light things, where to light things, how not to overdo it. They do great work. You should check them out on Facebook. Imagine watching the snowfall from the comfort of your home with new lighting outside at night. It'd be great. Lightupnwi.place is your website. Minogue.life. Michael Minogue is our expert in the world of Medicare, Medicaid, and life insurance. He's been doing this for decades. He knows his stuff. He's studying up on all the laws that go into effect in 2026, right? Just around the corner. But there's a lot of plans that you've probably signed up for on phone or online. You don't know what you have. He'd be happy to figure that out for you, whether it be Medicare, Medicaid, life insurance. Maybe you're paying too much for life insurance. All those things are confusing, especially if you just signed up and you didn't talk to anyone. So what he will do, he has a no-cost consultation. He'll sit down with you. He'll go over your plan. There are no two that are alike. He'll make sure you're getting what you need out of it. Maybe you're not getting benefits that you're offered, and you can take advantage of that. Maybe you're paying too much for a plan. Either way, he'll figure that out for you. Minogue.life is the place to go. Schedule that free sit-down with Michael. He'll cater what works based on your needs. He does a great job in that. PublicServiceAdjusting.com, the place to go if you have an insurance claim. They'll take your insurance claim. They'll take pictures, document. They'll take that, give it to your insurance company so you don't have to deal with your insurance company. They'll do all the work. They'll get you the big old check at the end, bigger than what you get if you just did it on your own. They can almost guarantee that. They've had some amazing stories, and they just do amazing work. 5-star reviews across the board. They're local, licensed, insured to us here in Northwest Indiana. PublicServiceAdjusting.com, the place to go there. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, if you need a new car. They've been serving Northwest Indiana, doing all these community events last couple of weeks. They are just out and about. They do great work in the community. I just love that. They also sell great cars. They're on US 30 in Valparaiso. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Tiger Plumbing, the place to go if you need a plumber. You guys know Tiger. They've been around for a long time, and they do great work. They come out for free, which blows my mind. You can do everything on mobile, take pictures, videos of the issue, send it to them. They just have great plumbers. They're at the peak of plumbing right now. I'm not kidding. Everyone just loves them. They've got a great staff right now. And they just do great work. TigerPlumbing.net. And then finally, last but not least, and we'll get to our early birds here, FBIbuildings.com for pole barn construction, residential, commercial. They've done over 20,000 of them in the Midwest. So if you're looking to get a pole barn renovated, perhaps it's someone else built, you need it fixed up and looking good, they'll do that. If you need one built on your commercial or residential property, they'll do that as well. They have amazing examples of their work. Their portfolio is spot on. You can check that out at FBIbuildings.com. All right, our early birds here tonight. Mark, hello. He's our first one on. Thanks for joining us on YouTube as well. I do appreciate that. George, greetings to you. Jeff's with us on this Sunday night. Pearl, good evening to you. Mariana's with us as well. Adrian says, let's just get through Halloween without snow and ice. Yes. Oh, man, we've had some brutal ones. And a lot of times it's just the first cold snap of the year where it's already cold enough. And then we had the snow. We had accumulating snow, I want to say twice in the last 10 years. I remember 2 of those. But there's that. Pearl says, Romans Roofing, yes, use them this week. Awesome. Good, Pearl. I'm glad you had good professional. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from them. They are amazing to work with. I chat with them every couple weeks or so. We'll kind of touch base with all of our sponsors. And good to hear, Pearl. Thank you for that reference on that. Again, all these businesses, they support Region Weather, which just blows my mind. And it'll be important come wintertime. It's been kind of quiet last couple of weeks for you guys. You guys don't really need a meteorologist, but now we're getting there. Hi, Renee. Let's see. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mark, for the update. Marsha's with us. Maxwell soaked up some sun today. It's been beautiful. Sun's going down earlier, though. Harry's with us, ready for snow. Lori Dreka's with us as well. Lori does not want snow. All right. Here's what I'm going to do pretty much now through March. Well, actually, probably February. During our broadcast, we're going to look at snowfall modeling over the next 15 days, okay, to see if anything's even in fantasy land, all right? Because you're seeing a lot of that on social, depending on how many weather pages you follow. They're just blowing this stuff up, and this is the time of year drives me nuts looking at misinformation and people putting out 20, 30-day forecasts on how much snow we're going to get and saying, click, share here. Oh, my gosh, just stop. All right. Weekend, not bad, right? A few hit or miss showers Saturday, then those went away. This is that system. If you remember last week we were talking about, I said we'd be right on this line between a cloudy weekend and a sunny weekend. Here's where the line settled, about, 25, 30 miles south of our southern counties there. But look at the clouds, how they just held today. We squeaked in a beautiful day today, rain-free. There's a low pressure, and it's just nasty down towards the south. Areas like Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, even St. Louis for that matter, they had a washout of a weekend, and they've got a lot of soaking rain now. It's great for the drought, but it's really nasty down to our south. It's cooler down in spots down to the south too. That sun makes a big difference. Look at this rain. See where my mouse cursor is right here? The rain just kind of held there. See that line? That was this morning, and then just kind of held all weekend. we've got this northeast flow bringing in dry air, and with that dry air, really erodes any rain that tries to make it. So the rain was trying to get in, dry air was pushing out, and the dry air won out obviously today. So it's keeping all that rain at bay, and it will. I'm not expecting rain from the system, despite how close it is to us. Bigger picture, you can see all the rain. There's Memphis, Nashville getting rain today. They had a severe weather component down in Louisiana. A few tornadoes out of that back in Texas yesterday. But you can see this low pressure kind of elongating like a rubber band, kind of stretching out a little bit. But either way, what you need to know is it's not going to impact us. Out towards the west, fire hose, that atmospheric river event occurring out towards California. I got 2 messages in the last week about this atmospheric river thing. And this happens every winter. You're hearing a lot about it on social. But that's basically when this fire hose of moisture, which usually is existing out in the Pacific Ocean, kind of waffles back and forth. Sometimes a low will take it up into the Gulf of Alaska. But when there's not a low to do that, or the low goes by, it'll kind of churn that moisture towards the west coast. And so this is how they get their rain. The atmospheric river is basically the way that they get a lot of rain out west, all right? And this happens every winter. It's not something to blow out of proportion. However, it is a big deal for them when they get some of these higher end atmospheric river events where you get 3, 4, 5 days of heavy rain and 60 to 80, 90 mile per hour winds out there. They can get that. And this one, I believe, was a 2 or a 3 out of 5. But either way, you're hearing a lot more about it. It's kind of a buzzword, but they're just getting a lot of rain. Just know that this is great early season snow for the mountains as well. If you're a skier, maybe you head out west Thanksgiving in the month of November, or you head out, sometime out west, they're going to have some good early season snow out of this. That's some great news for them. And they've got drought too. So any rain across the country that we're getting right now is pretty much beneficial. There's not a lot of areas that are dealing with flooding outside of some of those heavier storms we've had down to the south. For us here locally, there's how that system misses us. This is tomorrow morning waking up. Not bad. Should be a beautiful Monday outside. We'll have a decent breeze coming out of the east-northeast as that lows down towards our south. Overall, just a beautiful day expected, all right? And then tomorrow night should be breezy enough to negate any frost or freeze. We're not going back to that anytime soon. We'll have some cold nights, but nothing, down into the upper 20s, low 30s like we saw last week. And then this is interesting. This is your next system coming in. Big low pressure up towards western areas of Minnesota on Tuesday. This is Tuesday morning. We're still dry. Watch how this thing's heading our way, right? You say, "Retro, we've got rain coming our way Tuesday night." Look at this system. And I've combed through all the models. I've checked through the ensembles as well. This is amazing to me. All right, this system's coming in, right? Tuesday night, we're going to have rain. There's rain just towards our west. I mean, this is here. Watch this. This is the way things go. This low pressure will fade off towards the north. A new one will develop down towards the Arklatex. Watch this rain. Almost here this Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. Whoop, whole thing dances around us and heads back towards the north. Look at that. The whole thing misses northwest Indiana. And all the major models are saying this, all right? The HRRR's getting a little close with maybe some shower activity. But by and large, this system coming in is going to go right around us. Isn't that crazy? Actually, it's not, because I feel like it happens with every system. But we're not expecting a lot of rain this week. We may get some showers again Tuesday night into Wednesday. May have some brief showers, but the bulk of that rain, you'll see it going down to the south towards the new low, and then it'll head up the Ohio River Valley and up into New England. How about that? That's crazy. We will be impacted by this, though, all right? And how are we going to be impacted? We're going to have colder air that gets dragged in on the backside of this, all right? So this is Thursday night. This is Friday morning. So let's plan out Halloween. All right, we've got a chunk of cooler air that's coming in here. We've been seeing this coming into modeling for about 2 weeks now. We knew it was going to be cool, and I mentioned showery over the last couple weeks for Halloween. Here's your trick or treat. We've got cooler air in here. Low with all the main moisture is up into Canada, all right? Remember, it went around us, so it's way up into Canada now. But what we have on the backside of it is much like what we just saw with this last cold snap last week into the weekend, where we saw lake effect showers ongoing across the Great Lakes, all right? And there will be scattered instability showers all over the Great Lakes, even the upper Midwest on Friday, okay? For us, what I would put it at is probably a 30% chance of a shower around here for trick or treat on Friday. It would be coming off the lake, if anything. We don't have a northerly component at the mid and upper levels, all right? that's what would bring the rain into Lake and Porter counties, Newton, Jasper even as well. We have more of a northwest flow, so that would keep any lake effect showers as of right now on Friday, more so up into southwest lower Michigan, South Bend area. I mean, you get the idea, kind of like what we just did. But we'll have to keep an eye on it because that wind flow could change just ever so subtly and bring us a shower in here. But overall, we're looking mainly dry on Halloween, but I've got to throw a 30 in there for chance of rain. It would be an instability shower, all right? But it's going to be cold. So if you're thinking about costumes at this point for the kids, long sleeves jacket, you're going to have to layer them up. It's going to be chilly. I'll show you that here in a second. So here are your temperatures. Just so we kind of know what our temperatures are doing this time of year, our midpoint right now, our average high today in Northwest Indiana is 60 degrees, okay? It's tough to know because we're never there, right? It's like, oh, should we be in the 70s now? Should we be in the 40s? No, we should be 60, all right? And it's never average. We know that. And that's why I don't call it normal. A lot of meteorologists call it normal. But look at temperatures, all right? We're below average just a little bit this week. Not a bad week temperature-wise. Upper 50s aren't, they're not uncomfortable. I mean, it's pretty nice, especially with a light jacket. You feel great. Overnight lows aren't too bad either. We don't have any hard freezes coming our way this week. But then we get into the weekend and we go a little bit further below average. So trick or treat, we're looking at temperatures probably in the upper 40s right now as we head into the evening. And it's not going to be getting too cold at night. We're talking 37 waking up Saturday morning. So we'd probably be upper 40s during trick or treat, falling back through the mid 40s. All right. Lake effect shower can't be ruled out. Otherwise, I think we go partly cloudy on that. But it's kind of cooler this weekend, right? And then here's your shot of cooler air that comes in here Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. So let me show you that. This is your weekend. All right, here's November 1st. We get another little trough that swings through. We've been highlighting this for a while as well. This trough will bring us more instability showers Saturday. Sunday, we're stuck in the cooler air, and then another kind of reinforcing shot of showers and cool air dives into the country the 3rd and 4th of November. And this will bring the first snow to a lot of locations in the Great Lakes. I have a hunch, the Euro right now just saying all showers, few snowflakes mixed in, but I have a hunch there are going to be some spots, especially UP and Michigan, even out towards Lake Erie on Ontario. Can't rule out some of our first flakes of the season here locally as well. They would be mixed in with rain though. We're not talking just a solid snow. We're talking a mix of rain and snow. I could see that happening sometime between November 3rd and November 6th, okay, with this air mass. This air mass continues to show itself as a very, very cold one, especially for this time of year. So we get lake effect rain as we go into the first couple of days of November, maybe mixing with some wet snow, as I mentioned. And then we have a nice little warm up, at least for a couple of days. All the models picking up on that as well. You can see that here. This is the GFS. Here's the Euro. Look at the 60s bouncing back after this little cold hit. GFS agrees. 60s bouncing back after the cold hit. They're a little day off or so. So overall, no major snows coming our way. And here's the thing I'm going to show you every Sunday night broadcast. Let's just look at the next 15 days in snowfall. And you can see there's nothing major yet across the eastern half of the country, although it does turn a little bit snowier in portions downwind of the lakes. And that would mainly be from a rain-snow mix that would probably change over to some flakes of snow, maybe leaving a trace in spots at night, all right? Here locally, I don't see that trace happening. That would be in other locations across the Great Lakes, but I could see some snowflakes falling out of this. But the trend that we look at is we look at the snow that's getting laid down in Canada, because they get the snow first, right? The snowier it is in Canada, the easier it is for those cold air masses out of the Arctic to slide across that snow like an igloo cooler and arrive here in the lower 48 without moderating. And so we are laying down snowpack. You can see pretty good snow across the western U.S., up towards where they film all the Hallmark movies. They're going to be getting a lot of snow out there. You can tell what we watch in our house. And then notice how the last couple days there, this is November 7th through 10th, we're starting to lay snow in eastern Canada as well. Okay, so plenty of snow to speak of off towards the north. It's just a matter of time. I forgot what date someone asked me what I thought we'd get our first snow. They asked me that back early October. I don't know what I said. I want to say I said like November 12th, something like that. It's going to be a little later than that as it looks right now, but you get the idea. All right. If you guys have weather questions, go ahead and throw them into the chat, whether it be on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page. I appreciate that. And if not, you guys get on your way this evening. Enjoy your Sunday night. Have a great week. We've got, this is my last week of paternity leave. Boy, that went fast. 6 weeks like that. Still very needed. Our new baby's getting better sleep now, which is good. Just happened last 2 nights. We'll see if it holds. But anyway, so we'll be doing our region weather wake ups for one more week here. And then we'll figure out once I go back to work kind of what we're doing with that. But it's been great to join you guys in the mornings like that. It's been nice to do videos for that. So I know you guys are appreciative. I've got a lot of feedback on that. So I do appreciate that. So we'll have those for you again this week. And then on the radio side of things, don't forget X-Rock 1039, Indiana 1055, and Z107.1. You can catch your region weather forecast all day long on those channels, as well as our regionweather.com forecast updates that you can get on your email too. Okay. Let's see. Jerry loves snow, born in January. Jerry, you were meant for the snow, my friend. Happy birthday coming up too. Our daughter was born in January. So, and she likes snow too. I wonder if that's a thing. Pearl says, I'm on my own for loving snow. Not my fault. Born in December. Yeah, this seems to be a trend. So there's that. That's awesome. Gail, everyone's doing well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Brenda made it. Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate that. Pearl just wants some sunshine. Mark, square dancing weather. Yeah, that's kind of how do-si-do. That's kind of how it feels here a lot of times of the year. 60s are great temperatures, Pearl. We're starting to say goodbye to widespread stretches of 60s. So I know we'll try to squeak as many as we can. Maxwell, if lake effect rain snow happens, could get some thunder snow. Yeah, the water temperature are running above average, Maxwell. Yeah, it depends on where you're taking your temperature. We've got some 60s and some 50s in Lake Michigan right now. But the lakes are running several degrees above average. And so you're right, that does create some extra instability. You get more instability from the warm versus the cold. That temperature difference makes a big deal. And also more moisture, the warmer that water is as well. So yeah, we'll see. You know, the water temperature, though, Maxwell, being on the warmer side of things, so does save a lot of our lakeshore counties from getting good snow early if the air mass is kind of, 30s, upper 30s to low 40s, because that air and that wind coming off the lake, produces that shadow of like mid 40s along the lakeshore. So you get your accumulations further inland. But we'll see. We'll see where we go with this. It'll be interesting, though. Definitely a different pattern around here. Renee, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining us. Enjoy your week as well. Julie says, what a beautiful day. Yes, it was awesome. Julie, you're welcome. I appreciate all the feedback, the daily emails, the weather wake-up videos, and you listen on Z107.1. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, and the kids had their trick-or-treat. Yeah, it was good. We had a really good time. Derek, it is a good night for bonfire. But yeah, Julie, when I go back to work, obviously, work's priority, right? They pay the bills, and that's my career. But in terms of timing of that, it's just really hard because we do so much news in the morning. Like we're starting 4:30 in the morning, going all the way through the 9 o'clock hour. And it's just really tough to squeeze in time to get Indiana forecasts in there during that time. So I just have to figure out workload and how I can make that happen. But we did it before. We did the Matt's morning minutes. Those seem to work pretty well. So hopefully, the bottom line, it doesn't matter what it is. I do care what it looks like. I don't want it to be some cheap thing we just throw out there, but anyway, the most important thing is that you get the information, right? I mean, I want to keep you up to date. We've obviously got a bigger winter coming our way, supposedly, and I agree with it. I do think we'll have a snowier, more active winter once we get into it. We need to be patient. We'll get into it. But anyway, I just want to make sure that you guys have that information from me, all right? Whether it be a snowstorm coming, whatever it is, I want to get that to you. And I want it to make sense and look good too. That way you can easily decipher what's going on versus some complicated graphic. I think that's it. All right, Maxwell, you're welcome. Yes, you're having a bonfire tomorrow night too. That sounds awesome. Really does. Save me some s'mores. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. We'll be with you all week. You enjoy and enjoy this weather while we're hanging on to some of these milder temperatures in the 50s. It's just a matter of time before 50s will seem warm. All right, talk to you soon.